Experience a new world in Chrono Life, the best virtual reality fantasy game. Jiyu is a beginner to the game and was rejected by parties for being a noob. After experiencing death in the game and on his quest to become stronger, he destroys all of his items through item reinforcement. Left with a wooden stick, he still uses item reinforcement, giving him a plus 99 wooden stick. With OP equipment, what will Jiyu do? A new player in the world of Chrono Life keeps on being rejected by other players. Despite spending money to get his equipment, he finds himself in a pickle in joining or forming a party. He starts ranting loud enough for everyone to hear. He catches the attention of a cute, light pink-haired player who shyly asks him to party and do in-game farming. Stunned, his expression immediately shifts. From cursing the game, he starts praising it with love. The noob and his party companion walk to the forest while chatting. He boasts how he got some money from his parents and used that money to purchase a 55,000 Wound Beginner Warrior package. It is roughly $55 and far from being a whale. He tells how he got his +3 Knight's two-handed sword from this package, and his companion praises him with an adorable face. You'll just go kawaii when you see it. When she compares the noob to a knight in a fairy tale, he imagines how they'll kiss, become a couple, get married, and what name they should give their daughter. In his mind, the future is already set. Once the cute player announced they'd reached their destination, the noob was skeptical since they were in the forest with nobody around. And stab. The cute player stabs the noob in the chest. Shock and confusion cover his face as his HP drops. The cute, ugly, wait, she's still cute despite her actions. Okay, the cute player reveals that she lured him to the forest's center to kill him. With a pretty face, she verbally abuses the noob to the point that she involves the noob player's parents. The noob rages, including one's parents, are below the belt. Slash. The ugly player deals the final blow by slashing him in half. A game interface appears, indicating quest complete. The ugly player changes appearance as she advances to the hidden job class, Goddess of Life. For killing 1,000 people, that is totally barbaric. The noob is left alone and learns that only the strong survive in this game. The noob respawns in a safe area and mulls over everything that has happened to him since he started the game. Crying in tears, he decides to reinforce his equipment. He begins with his +3 Knight's two-handed sword. Clang! His item gets destroyed. Item reinforcement is the fastest method to become stronger, but this is a huge gamble. He does the same to his other equipment, destroying all of his items. Seriously, why? That's a waste of $55. Left in his underwear and thinking he should quit, a random person throws a wooden stick his way. The wooden stick is a beginner's feeble weapon, with nothing else to do. Clang. The noob used item reinforcement on the wooden stick, which was successful. He hammers it once more and receives the reinforcement successful announcement. Wondering why the skill only works on a noob item, he randomly beats away. Thinking that it'll soon break, he continues his hammering until sunset. Looking all nervous, the noob delivers the last hit. Clang. The noob successfully reinforces the wooden stick to its highest level of reinforcement, plus 99 wooden stick. And here's the cheat of our MC. Incredulous about what happened, the noob fumbles and his hold on the wooden stick slips. He manages to grab it, but a light tap is still made on the ground. Boom! The ground shakes and crumbles as the resounding crash crosses the lands and seas. Everyone was shocked and panicking, thinking that some event was going on. The continent was split in half because of what happened. A slight mishap was considered an attack by the game. He has killed 850,617 players with this light tap, and his reputation has fallen. Just killing one would make you already bad, but more than 800 players? You're definitely asking for retribution. The noob smiles and laughs as he remembers the player's words who trashed him. With his wooden stick, he sees this as a chance to teach everyone a lesson. The MC of this story is an average guy who considers himself a nobody. He's a noob in the game, but you'll think otherwise with what he has on his hand. He walks the streets in his underwear with only a cloak to cover his nudity. The big guy bumps into him and starts a fight. A woman tries to stop her companion in a cheerful, irritating way side characters do. And, of course, it's a mistake that side characters always make when they bump into the main character. The noob hits the big guy player using his wooden stick. Boom! The hit caused a massive explosion and everyone who saw it was flabbergasted. With his OP weapon, he finally acknowledges himself as the MC of Chrono Life. A warning suddenly appears, informing the noob that his weapon is badly damaged. The plus 99 reinforced wooden stick can only be used a few more times before the durability runs out. Any RPG gamer can relate to this. The worst part is that the item can't be repaired to restore its durability. The noob looks at his weapon's description and feels disheartened. If this is the case, he can't take revenge on everyone who did him wrong. He thoughtfully thinks about it and makes a decision. The ground and ravine of the deceased is filled with skulls. The noob makes his way on it. With a loud sound, Chronolife's ultimate boss monster, the twin-headed dragon Eurus, appeared. Eurus uses intimidation, but it's not very effective. The noob selects fight. The noob uses wooden stick. It's super effective. One of the heads disintegrated, and the remaining head was shocked and speechless. Announcing that he only has a few strikes left, the noob plans to kill the strongest boss in the game. The remaining head of the dragon Eurus pleads for mercy, but the noob ignores him and gives him another hit. Eurus falls, and the noob laments that a single strike remains in his weapon. Upon hearing this, Eurus offers a master servant contract to give his soul to the noob. This lets Eurus soul transfer to the noob's weapon, evolving it into the Ego Sword, the highest ranking weapon in Chrono Life. The best part of it all is that it has infinite durability. Talk about making an OP weapon more OP. The noob laughs menacingly and accepts the contract with so much glee, with a flash of purple light. Eurus relinquishes his physical form and transfers his soul to the wooden stick. The weapon receives the Ego rank, and the durability turns into an infinite symbol. In agreeing with the contract, the noob also gains Eurus Legion, and they swear to get the revenge that their master is aiming for. In a different part of Chrono Life, people were gathered as an announcement for an SS-class bounty was released nationwide. And that person is the noob with the wooden stick. Yes, our MC still has no name up to this point. With the bounty of 10 billion gold, the 5 strongest guilds have joined forces to eliminate the criminal who killed over 800,000 players within one day. These guilds are the Sacred Guild led by Saintly, Crossline Guild led by Suo, Holy Land Guild led by Abracadabra, Righteous Bandits Guild led by Hong, and Justice Guild led by Hawkeye. Yep, Hawkeye is now in DC. Forming the World Guild Alliance, headed by Hawkeye. Their goal is to catch the player killer. Our nameless MC smiles happily as he looks at his upgraded wooden stick. With stats like that, anyone who owns it can't help laughing. One of the heads of the twin-headed dragon Eurus suddenly appears out of the stick, but is far from its majestic presence from before. It looks cute and squishy with only one head as it completely pops out of the wooden stick. Eurus explains that this is a feature of Ego-rank weapons, and only the master can see and hear him. The MC questions the lack of a head. Even Eurus doesn't know why it's missing. Before the two can further think about it, a piece of wanted poster drops between them. Seeing what's printed on it, Eurus raves about how strong his master is, and how the bounty amounts to 10 billion wound in real life. Wow, that's almost $8 million. With this predicament, Eurus suggests making humankind extinct. The MC thinks about it and concludes he'll just go with a secretly OP persona. Walking only in his underwear and cloak, he looks like a penniless noob, and he points out that he'll be able to deceive people with it. Stab. An arrow suddenly shoots him in the back and he falls. Hawkeye makes the shot, and the MC is surrounded by various players from the guild. Hawkeye commands everyone to attack the MC. With Eurus urging, the MC stands up and drops his plans of hiding his powers, declaring that it's the other party's fault. A bright flash of light engulfs the area. Everyone has fallen, and the buildings surrounding them are all gone. Hawkeye comes to his senses and finds that the whole capital of the First Kingdom is gone. The MC, who still looks like a penniless noob, idly stands with his wooden stick. Hawkeye sees this, pulls out the Orb of Calling, and crushes it. He summons everyone in the World Guild Alliance, causing mass teleportation. The MC is once again surrounded, but approximately 3 million guild members are around him now. Hawkeye points to the MC and commands everyone to attack. With a wave of his hand, the MC causes ripples of attack on numerous members of the World Alliance Guild. Eurus stares in unbelievable amazement. Eurus thinks having humans working together is even enough to give him a hard time. But that is not the case with his master. Even with the Eurus Legion, he knows his master will defeat them alone. The most powerful mage of the royal family, Abracadabra, chants a disintegration spell with other mages and blasts it to the MC. The MC stares in amazement and thinks he should also give his attacks cool names. This is literally not the time for that. Swinging the wooden stick upwards, he creates an attack and calls it Swing Up. Dude, you have a terrible naming sense. The disintegration spell cast was cancelled with his swing. The mages regroup to cast another spell. Swing Down, and everyone in the World Guild Alliance dies except for Hawkeye. The MC has been holding back his powers to ensure the guy doesn't pass with his swings. Hawkeye thinks he was spared, but the MC is out for revenge because of the arrow shot. The MC hits Hawkeye with his wooden stick, and we all know how that ends. Urus praises his master for annihilating everyone. The goddess of life makes her appearance. The woman stops before him and calls him noob. The MC meets the woman who killed him in a land filled with 3 million dead bodies. He remembers the insults he received from this woman. Instead of getting angry, he can't help but laugh. The woman asks how the MC has been and comments on their coincidental meeting. The MC refuses to believe it is a coincidence. They start talking regardless of his desire to bash the woman in the head, saying, "Here, bro." They talk about the woman's different appearance, and the woman shared the news of her advancement to the hidden class, the goddess of life. The MC says the goddess of death is more befitting. Exactly. The woman found it funny. Only irritating the MC, he starts attacking the woman, and she immediately evades. The woman wants to talk some more, but the MC keeps attacking. With many explosions going her way, the MC assumes that the woman is dead. As the smoke dissipates, he sees a silhouette still standing. The goddess of life praises the MC for getting stronger. Despite this, his attacks are still not enough to cause her death. Urus was so shocked that he clung to the MC's face with his foot on the MC's mouth. Urus flinched when he looked at the woman. The MC is the only one supposed to see him. Yet it seems they made eye contact. The MC was sure that he had managed to hit the woman, yet she still stands unscathed. The woman reveals that being a goddess of life makes it impossible for a human to kill her. The MC only gets more irritated that he inflicts a direct attack. Every loud boom resounds throughout the lands, but all his attacks are pointless. It's not very effective. The woman flies into the air with her wings. As she floats down, she again insults the MC for being a poor noob. She urges him to give up on his quest for revenge because no matter how strong he becomes, he can't kill her. The MC sighs, turns, and starts swinging his arms in preparation. The goddess of life wonders if he is now willing to give up. The MC replies that he will swing with all of his power this time to create a clean split. The goddess is amused and reminds him that he can't kill her. The MC declares that he will not hit her. He will strike the planet instead. His logic is just incredible. The goddess finally flinches with his statement. The goddess mocks him, saying that it is impossible. The MC reminds her that he's planning to give the swing with all of his power this time. The goddess dissuades him by telling him it's suicide. He laughs hard, remembering that his previous death was the price he paid for learning how only the strong can survive. The MC states that now is the time to teach everyone a lesson. Satisfaction and suicide don't matter. Nobody should screw anyone who has nothing to lose. The goddess tries to stop him, but the MC smashes his wooden stick to the ground with full force. The MC menacingly smiled as the earth splits, destroying the whole planet. That ends our story. In the real world, everyone playing Chrono Life gets kicked off the game and leaves their virtual reality capsule. The Chrono Life staff announces an emergency server maintenance and apologizes for the inconvenience on their website. Unknown to many, the player remains inside the Chrono Life game and activates the primary system of Chrono Life version 1.7. After a scan, the system confirms that only one user is online, and of course, it's the MC. The MC finds himself in a blue space filled with binary numbers. Wondering where he is, he meets a long-haired blonde dude in casual clothing. The blonde guy says that the planet the MC destroyed was his mom's favorite place. When the MC asks him who he is, the blonde opens his mouth and says he is God. We finally meet the top honcho of Chrono Life. Upon meeting God, the MC simply smirks, disregarding who or what the blonde dude is. Instead, he asks if he saw that black-haired woman anywhere. God says it's just the two of them in that space, and the MC killed everyone on that planet. Hearing this, the MC laughs hard and shouts that he finally got his revenge. He calls for Urus but receives no response. God reminds him that only the two of them were in that space. The system states that there is only one user online. The MC then asks the blonde guy if he is an NPC or an admin. God answers that he is neither and is best. I'm guessing he's a player, it's neither. His words were filtered, and he says someone was trying to get in his way. And with a flash, God says goodbye, asks to say hello to the furry guy, then disappears. The MC then gets logged out and goes back to reality. He rants about how the blonde dude disappeared immediately, after a few exchanges of words, as he removes his virtual reality headset and exits the capsule. While wondering who the furry guy was, a man with a scar on his left eye, accompanied by men in suits, approached the MC. He says the details of the MC, Jiu Lee, 21 years old, and has played Chrono Life for 3 months. Finally, we can stop calling him Noob or MC. Scarface also mentions Jiu's current weapon, the Plus 99 reinforced wooden stick. Jiu panic and wonder if this is the furry guy God mentioned. When he asks who Scarface is, Scarface says that he is the person who's about to take his wooden stick from him. Slurp, Scarface eats and urges Jiu to eat. As an average college student, Jiu starts to wonder how he ended up in a local restaurant called Real Home-Style Grandma Soup with Scarface. Out of the blue, Scarface starts talking about himself. He says he became a regular of the restaurant when the company started the development of Chrono Life. He is none other than Deokbae Choi, the CEO of Chrono Life. Jiu was so shocked that he spilled his first impression of Deokbae as a mob boss because of the men in suits who accompany him. Deokbae says that those men are actually employees of Chrono Life. How misleading. Jiu asks what the CEO needs from him, and Deokbae says he is there to confiscate Jiu's wooden stick. He explains how the wooden stick that Jiu owns is a bug item. This is because the probability of successfully reinforcing an item with a plus 10 reinforcement level and the next level is only 3%. The percentage of that probability drops the higher it gets. Being able to continually surpass such a low percentage makes it a bug. The CEO then repeats that the plus 99 reinforced wooden stick shall be confiscated. Back in Chrono Life in the starting ruins, a party fights a level 21 monster called Gorus. Jiu idly watches them as he wonders what he should do. He thinks about the night he met the CEO. He remembers how that person repeats how he will confiscate Jiu's weapon. But the CEO backtracks and says that upon checking, the wooden stick was just a regular item, and it wasn't a bug after all. The boss made me really nervous for the MC. The boss declares that the company won't interfere with the users anymore. The boss will give the freedom to their users, no matter what they choose to do within the game. Jiu remembers the last words the CEO left with him. Chrono Life is a fun game that everyone has dreamed of at least once, and he says that Jiu should step back from destroying the world and simply enjoy playing the game. In the present, the party that Jiu was watching started fighting because of one member's mistake, and that party member was kicked out. Seeing this, Jiu finds that exploration and excitement are a bunch of crap. The world of Chrono Life is all about survival of the fittest. Jiu concludes that he will enjoy the game, but it will all be according to his terms. He was about to attack the party that kicked one of their members, but ended up stumbling when someone started cursing the game. He looks at the pink-haired female player who got kicked off her party as she continuously curses and screams about how she spent money to get her equipment. She reminded Jiu how he previously condemned the game himself. The pink-haired girl screams that she will never join a party again and will farm on her own. As she walked off, she was suddenly faced with numerous Gorus. Stunned, she could not move from where she stood, and the horde ran toward her. She covers her head with her arms, afraid of what to happen. Seeing this, Jiu jumps in front of the pink-haired player in his underwear and cloak. Captain Underpants? Swing up, Jiu swings his wooden stick and causes a big explosion. Wondering why she's still alive, the girl lowers her arms and sees Jiu. Jiu didn't help her because of their similar experience. He thought it would be fun. With these thoughts, he invited her to his party. And this is just the prologue to his story. The pink-haired player tells Jiu to go away with her middle finger and says she doesn't play with noobs. Figures. Jiu's social life is doomed. In real life, everyone talks about the person who killed 800,000 people in the first wave, then 3 million in the second wave. They refer to the destruction of the World Alliance Guild as Doomsday. Whoever did it, that person is Chrono Life's most powerful player. Some believe this was a bug or hack, and that what happened needed to be addressed by the company. Chrono Life staff then gave a statement on their website saying that the person in question is a normal user, was not a bug or a hack, and hasn't broken any in-game rules. The statement ended the controversy, but news spread about the server going down because of that player. Jiu was the most talked about player in and out of the game, yet at this time, he was busy following the pink-haired girl he had just saved from a horde of Gorus. The female player gets irritated and yells at him. Jiu wants to party with her, and the girl again says she won't party with a noob. Jiu is only wearing a cape, underwear, and a wooden stick for a weapon, so she thinks that Jiu is a complete newbie to the game. Jiu asked about this, and Eurus says that the girl's eyes were closed when Jiu saved her. Thinking it over, Jiu believes he can finally live a secretly OP persona. He continues chasing after her and shamelessly asks for a boost to level up. He acts cute as he compliments her for being a pro. The girl remembers the party who just rejected her, and being called a pro lifted her spirits up. She immediately invites Ji-Yu to join her party. Ji-Yu saws the pink-haired player's name and stats. Her name is Love, and she is level 24. The two went to the starting dungeon near the front village. Love shows off by hunting multiple level 4 bunny bear. Ji-Yu is sitting near a rock with Eurus, complimenting how good Love is for fighting a mob of monsters on her own, since this can be dangerous despite its low level. Eurus says there's nothing to worry about since Love's items are good. The weapon costs 10 million gold or 10 million woon, around $8,000 in real life. The rest of her equipment amounts to 100 million gold, almost $80,000. Now, this is Wailing. Ji-Yu is shocked by how much Love spends in the game. Love started telling him to attack the monsters with his wooden stick. Love nags how Ji-Yu needs to fight to actually get stronger. As this happens, Ji-Yu almost blows his cover when he bops one of the bunny bear behind Love. Love didn't realize that anything had happened behind her. She receives a message and tells Ji-Yu to fight on his own for a bit, while she is gone for 30 minutes. Leaving him like that, Ji-Yu and Eurus wonder what kind of life Love has to be able to spend that amount of money in this game. In reality, a pink-haired girl logs out of Chrono Life. She smiles as she thinks about what happened in the game with the noob. The door suddenly opens and a short-haired woman enters, while nagging Love for being a game addict. The woman continues to fuss as Love gets prepared. With numerous flashes of light, the program Music Banking is back on. They introduce the next performance, a singer who has been in first place for 13 weeks straight. The top idol singer and songwriter is none other than Sarang Han. And Sarang Han plays the character Love in Chrono Life. While waiting for Love to log back in, Ji-Yu decides to get some actual practice done, and that is how to not kill with one swing. God watched over and was amused by Ji-Yu's practice, telling his mother how interesting the guy was. 17-year-old Sarang Han is a freshman in high school and the nation's most famous idol and singer-songwriter. The public knows her to be sweet, childish, and unable to curse people, but her manager knows it's all fake. Sarang's real hobby is online gaming, and she swears like a gangster, especially when dealing with Ji-Yu. As Love, Sarang bosses Ji-Yu around, and Ji-Yu sticks to his pretense as a noob. After logging back into the game, Love asks how Ji-Yu fares from his practice and realizes she has never asked for his character name. As Ji-Yu was about to answer, Love stopped him and said she just called him Undies. Behind them, a group of people is following closely, and their target is Love, an old dude with crimson lipstick. The group leader commands all members to gather in the dungeon to serve justice. Love tests how much Ji-Yu improved by sending him out to fight a level 22 bunny bear. Go Undies. Ji-Yu runs towards the bunny bear and wobbles as he nears it. He very lightly taps the hair of the bunny bear. It's super effective. The bunny bear suffers massive damage with a single bar of HP left. Ji-Yu's practice paid off. He managed to attack with his plus 99 reinforced wooden stick without killing it. Seeing how Ji-Yu almost killed the bunny bear with one hit, Love praises him for getting stronger. Great job, Undies. Whoosh! A dagger appears out of nowhere, but Love senses it and kicks it back where it came from. The old dude with crimson lipstick catches the blade. He is Mr. Kim, a manager of Hallison Guild, and he is accompanied by other guys who also have Mr. in their names. Learning that they were from the Hallison Guild, Love was shocked. Mr. Kim orders everyone to attack them, and Love tells Undies to stay back. Love fights everyone alone, and Ji-Yu and Eurus are idly watching Love destroy the Hallison Guild. From what they're seeing, they concluded that the Hallison Guild has picked a fight with Love numerous times but ends up defeated each time. The old dude leading them refuses to give up his revenge. On the sidelines, Mr. Kim commands an elf to attack Love while she is distracted by the others. The elf dashes behind Love and uses Steel. Love's Knuckles of Silence, which cost 10,700,000 gold, were stolen. Ji-Yu is surprised by the situation, while Eurus explains the skill used against Love. Ji-Yu dismisses it, thinking there's nothing worth stealing from him since he only has his undies and cape. He then remembers his OP weapon and makes a run for it. Mr. Kim saws this and tells the elf to ignore him. Looking at his running half-nude form, the elf takes such interest in Ji-Yu that she tosses the knuckles to Mr. Kim's way and chases after Ji-Yu. She declares that it is more fun to steal from the poor. The elf appears before Ji-Yu and calls him cutie. The woman raises her hand, and Ji-Yu decides to attack. He yells and swings his wooden stick down. The crash causes smoke, and as it disappears, Ji-Yu is now empty-handed and his wooden stick is already in her hands. With lustful glee, the woman claims it as hers. The elf claims she will steal Ji-Yu's cape next, and all he'll be left with is those undies. The woman stops mid-sentence when she sees his shadow. Eurus admonishes the woman for daring to take ownership of him. Shocked to see the eye of Eurus' actual form, she shrieks and falls on her butt, letting go of the wooden stick. Ji-Yu calmly grabs the wooden stick from the ground, and a system interface appears. Ji-Yu regains ownership of the weapon because Eurus' soul rejected the enemy. Eurus appears in his chibi form and rants about how no one can own him except for Ji-Yu. And Ji-Yu pats Eurus on the head. "I'm tearing up." Still recovering from the shock, the elf trembles in fear. Mr. Kim yells at her, and she immediately stands up. Love moves and kicks her from behind, but the elf easily evades. Love demands her weapon back. She promises to kill everyone when Ji-Yu very slightly hits her. Love faints, and Ji-Yu names his secret tactic, strike without killing. He really keeps things simple. The elf wonders why Ji-Yu hit Love. Ji-Yu replies that he's going for the secretly OP vibe. Before the woman finishes asking what secretly OP is, Ji-Yu kills everyone in Halcyon Guild. The elf is confused and questions what happened. Then Ji-Yu smacks her head with his stick using strike without killing. Ji-Yu admits that he killed everyone and tells the woman how much patience he has developed lately. But Ji-Yu is really irritated that he claims he almost died of a heart attack because of what happened. With those last words, he gives the woman a big smash in the head, which causes a big boom in the area. Love wakes up and immediately sits up. She sees Ji-Yu eating meat by a tree and asks what happened. Ji-Yu says they're in a field near the dungeon, and the old dude and the others have left. Love asks more questions, but Ji-Yu merely tosses her weapon that was stolen earlier. He then asks Love about the Halcyon Guild. Looking at how Ji-Yeon is acting, Love sees him in a better light. "I swear I hear the church bells ringing right now." Love asks if Ji-Yeon knows about old lineagers. Eurus then explains that it refers to old men who play the game Lineage. Ji-Yu asks how Eurus is knowledgeable, despite being an NPC from a different game. Eurus admits that he looked it up on Wikipedia. "I thought," he'll say Google. Eurus then recites a whole bunch of text that he got from his search. Love simplifies by saying that old lineagers are users who spend billions of woon on the game. Everyone in Halcyon Guild is old lineagers. Love became their target, which she bought her knuckles from an auction. Though they keep attacking her, they obviously lose because they lack the control skills to win against her. Love asks if Ji-Yu stole back the knuckles from them. Ji-Yu avoids Love's gaze and claims they just left the knuckles behind. Love lets it go for now, but she says those old dudes will definitely return. Smelling a conspiracy, Ji-Yu says how strange that those old men are chasing after a 10 million gold weapon when they are people who are accustomed to spending billions. In the Halcyon Guild base, Mr. Kim is being punished by another old dude, the guild's boss. He dismisses Mr. Kim from the mission and assigns one of the other 4 guardians to take over. The other 3 guardians diss Mr. Kim's incompetence as one of the guild's guardians. Mr. Kim is only 4th rank of the guardians and has only spent 100 million wound in the game. The 3rd rank has spent 1.4 billion wound, and the 2nd rank has spent 1.7 billion wound. In comparison, the 1st rank has spent 2.1 billion wound or $1.7 million. They're ranked by how much they spent, and not everyone in the guardian position is an old dude. The 1st rank decides to take the mission and claims to bring the Knuckles of Silence to their boss before lunch. The old dude boss, Mr. Wang, laughs hard. It's no wonder he is the boss, for he has already spent 12 billion wound or $9.7 million in the game. There'll be a bloodbath, and we already know whose blood is going to spill. Out of nowhere, Ji-Yu appears inside the Halcyon Guild base, precisely behind the guild leader, Mr. Wang. He is picking on his nose with his pinky as he ridicules them. Mr. Wang asks how he got in. Ji-Yu flicks the dirt off his pinky and wipes it on Yura's head. Ji-Yu tells them that going after his boss, Love, makes it hard for him to keep his secret OP persona. Mr. Wang commands the guardians to kill the intruder. The 3 guardians and Ji-Yu starts fighting. The guild base gets destroyed. And outside the guild base, the Goddess of Life reappears in her light pink-haired form. The Goddess of Life hums as she walks on a path toward the Halcyon Guild base. Mr. Wang commands every guild member to attack Ji-Yu. Ji-Yu calmly claims that they need at least 3 million members if they want to kill him. He starts striking everyone with his wooden stick, causing enormous destruction with every hit. The guild leader's mouth hangs open as he sees how every heavy spender member is easily defeated. Mr. Kim, still in the ground from the guild leader's punishment, urges their leader to leave, thinking this is impossible. The leader finally realizes that the person destroying their guild is the wanted guy with a bounty of 10 billion gold. He finds it unbelievable that a guy in only his undies, cape, and wooden stick is the most powerful player in Chrono Life.